All right, I am Matt Freedman, joined by fellow Matt Harmon of Yahoo Sports. Matt, we are recording this in the middle of the Corona apocalypse. How are you doing out in? You're in LA, right? How are you doing out there?
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much completely stuck inside, very much sequestered in the house. I mean, I've definitely said, for the most, this is the first, I'm in a relationship. I have a girlfriend. Like, this is the first girlfriend I've ever lived with. And it's,
Congratulations, by the way, on
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Then like said to her so many times, like, man, if we did not like live together, especially like in this house that we have, I would be going insane. Like thinking, like a year ago or whatever, back in like my, 1-bedroom apartment up in Culver City, like I would be losing my mind if it was just like me and the dog. Like that was the only people that I were seeing. I can't even imagine. So that's definitely been a huge like plus. But yeah, it's insane to just it's a crazy time, trying to keep in touch with everybody as much as possible through like FaceTime and everything. But yeah, it's weird out here, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of babies are going to be made, and also a lot of divorces. I think
Right,
there,
yeah.
yeah, there are people who are going to just emerge from this and be like, you know what, we gave it our best shot. Clearly, this
But
isn't going to work.
yeah, we have a couple who, they weren't like that far along in their relationship, but they're pretty much like now quarantined and stuck with each other. And she was telling us like, yeah, either we're gonna be like married or broken up by the time this is all over, because it is a quick that is I've thought about that a lot. Like for one, definitely trying to avoid the baby situation
Yeah,
at almost any cost,
right.
obviously, but I think the reality of like people that were not ready to be stuck together that are now stuck together, that is got to be a frightening thing.
Yeah, I saw some reports that condom companies, because they're not able to like produce as many as they could previously, like they're starting to run low on supplies.
Oh man.
So it's I know.
Yeah,
I mean, people, if they don't have as many things to do now,
yep,
and
this is it.
now you need condoms more than ever, and they're not there. So people just
I love it.
gotta take precautions, gotta take care of themselves.
There
All
we
right,
go.
well, let's play a little game of over under. So, Matt, you went to Lynchburg College,
Yes.
now the University of Lynchburg. The
Yes.
Hornets, that is their athletic team.
If I can just make one official statement
Yes.
here, since the city of Lynchburg is sort of in the news thanks to the neighboring college, Liberty University, that
Yes.
is, yeah. Let me just make it clear for anyone that's not familiar with Virginia or Virginia universities or geography. Not the same thing. I didn't go to Liberty, and it's been great to see the rest of the country kind of wake up to maybe not the greatest place in the world, which us Virginians, especially those of us who spent 4 years in Lynchburg, would know firsthand.
All right. So
Now that
that
that's out of
said,
the way.
that out of the way. University of Lynchburg, they're the Hornets. That is the athletic team there. All right. The number of intercollegiate athletic programs at the University of Lynchburg, over under 18 and a half.
Oh my God. Now I feel like this is a trick question because my immediate instinct is to say under, but I'll go over on that one.
Okay. What's the logic there with going over?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, there's, for one, like I said, I think I'm already mentally gymnastics out on this one because my immediate thought was like, that's kind of high. But now I feel like you're only asking me because it wouldn't be that high if it wasn't real. But I have no logic to this at all.
Okay. Well, you're right. It's the answer is 19. So
Wow.
pretty close to the number there. But yeah, they have I believe, let me see, 17 programs that compete in Division 3.
Division three. Yep.
And then there's an equestrian program and then a cheerleading program.
Okay, see the cheerleading one, I think I don't even, no, I knew that we had cheerleaders obviously, but they were not like, we don't have a football team. There's nothing like that.
Right.
But I did know a couple of the folks on the equestrian team back when I went to school there. So at first I was like, oh yeah, that's right. As soon as you said that. So yeah, there's those ones that you don't think of a lot. Now I know that the rugby guys really pushed hard to be considered, like when I was going there, that was a big one. Like rugby was kind of coming up. I don't know if they count as competing with other sports or whatever, but I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think they're one of the teams.
Damn, that crusade never made it off the ground. What a sad
they
scene.
didn't have a chance. Okay, so your favorite sport is football. You used to work at NFL.com, now work for Yahoo Sports. So this question about the 2019 NFL season is right in your wheelhouse. The number of receiving touchdowns for the 2019 regular season, over under 799 and a half.
The number of receiving touchdowns. Oh God, I'm gonna go under, but only slightly.
Okay, you are correct.
Well,
It
there we
is
go.
797. Very
These are some
close.
good. These are some pretty close lines here, man.
Very close. Okay, the third question. You used to have a podcast called the Backyard Banter Podcast.
Hell
And
yeah.
on it, you would interview other people in the fantasy sports industry and kind of talk about how they had gotten into, gotten into the industry, their story, stuff like that.
Yourself
Fantastic.
included.
Yeah, fantastic podcast. Right. Well, we get to the question. I was one of the guests on the episode. What episode was that? Over under 29 and a half.
29 and a half. I'm going to go. I feel like you were an over, like as in a later episode than that.
Okay. God, you're nailing it. It was 30.
Yep.
Was,
that makes sense.
It was
30. I knew you had to be somewhere along like, because I can kind of remember the first 10 episodes, but then after that, it's like until then I remember like the last few ones that I did. But in between could be, hell, anybody could have been in there.
You're crushing. I thought you would lump me in with like the 20s, like I thought I might like just mentally kind of get pushed into that category, but no. But I think you had, how many episodes was it, like 58?
55 or something
55.
like that.
Yeah.
55, 54, something like that. But yeah, so it's definitely like people that are, 35 to 45, I have no idea. People that are in that 20s range, I mean, shit, it could have been anybody.
Yeah. All right, man. You are 3-0. So now I'm just I'm trying to minimize the damage here. All right, your favorite movie. I might need to adjust some of these lines on the fly, but that might hurt me. Your favorite movie is Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back, released in 1980. Great movie, by the way.
All right. Yes. The best Star Wars movie, I think, pretty much unarguably, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of conversations that could be had just about the Star Wars franchise in general and the direction it's gone. But
that's for sure.
Yeah. Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia. What was her age when Empire Strikes Back was released on June 20, 1980? Over under 22 and a half.
I'm going to go just slightly over again.
Okay. You are correct. This is painful. She was 23.
Yeah, I knew she was very young. But I mean, I say very young. That's like 5 years younger than me.
Yeah. Well, I see. I was thinking that people think she's young. They know she was really young when it started, that they would be inclined to go slightly under, but no, not you. You are killing me. Now I'm just trying to prevent the onslaught here. Okay. The fifth question. Your favorite team. I believe you have kind of like a love-hate relationship with the Carolina Panthers, something like that. But your favorite NFL team, Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton. I
had to give something here. It is, as I say, a complicated relationship, but I didn't want to be.
What is the relationship?
I mean, I'm not really like a fan anymore, but they were the team that I was a fan of like growing up. But at this point, it's kind of hard to, it's not that I like disavow people that or think you can't be a fan while also being like a quote unquote professional analyst or whatever. It's just like a tough relationship to invest in. I like to say that I love what I really wanted to write here on the survey answer was I love and hate all 32 babies equally, essentially. Yeah. But yes, Carolina is the team that I would pick.
All right. So talking about Carolina, Cam Newton has been released from the team as we're recording this. He hasn't signed with any team yet, but Cam Newton, he had a fantastic 2011 rookie season. How many total touchdowns did he account for? So that's passing and rushing. Total touchdowns over under 35 and a half.
That is a great line. 35.5. I'm going to go slightly under.
You nailed it. Yeah.
35.
35.
There we go.
It was 35.
I knew it was right in that range.
It was 21 passing, 14 rushing.
Wow.
So
yeah. Because in my head I'm sitting here, it's like it's 13 to 14 rushing touchdowns. I just was not confident on the passing touchdowns number, but here we go, man. This is good. If I tell you I like something, I know about it.
This is horrible. I don't know what to say. I should retire this game and never play it again. But we're gonna have to have a rematch at some point.
Never forget you asked me to do this.
I'm just glad we're not playing this for money. That's
right.
That's the real thing. All right. Well, Mr. Matt Harmon, thanks for joining for a game of over under, and you take care.
My pleasure. Thanks so much for having me, Matt.
All right. Bye.